Sweet.
All right, we're live on YouTube. We go live here on TikTok. Word. All right, we're live across the board. You can see the comment section, right?
Yes, I can see the comment section.
Cool. And then we have that private chat section too, if needed. Good afternoon, late afternoon, everybody. Nobody here on YouTube yet. A couple people jumping in here on TikTok. How's everybody doing? If anybody's just jumping in here, come on over to our YouTube channel. We're doing some live website audits and answering SEO and digital marketing questions for you. Ant Farm 2, what's up? How you doing? Everybody come on over to YouTube, Socialty Pro, or you can just click the link in my bio. We're going to be doing website audits, helping you out, auditing your website, auditing other people's websites, answering every sort of SEO and digital marketing question that you can fire at us so that we can help empower you to dominate your local competitors online and just get more website traffic and figure this online thing out. Mayor, why don't you introduce yourself?
Sure. Great. Hey, everyone. My name is Mayor Gadarzi, local SEO expert for the past 8 years, going on 9 years. I'm also well versed in online reputation. And if you have any SEO questions, just let me know. Another thing I like to focus on is conversion rate optimization. So those are my primary specialties. Let us know in the chat if you have any questions about your digital presence or anything about your competitors that you want to know how they're outranking your business. That's always important to know as well, especially if you're a local business owner. Hey, Suman.
Hey, Suman. How are you? We got a question here on TikTok. By the way, guys, as the stream picks up, we're going to be focusing more on YouTube. So if you want to ask questions, come on over to the YouTube side and we'll answer there. Since we're just getting started, Ant Farm 2 asks, do you suggest outsourcing web content? It depends on your capacity to create content, your budget, what you're looking to do, what industry that you're in. As an SEO and digital marketing agency, we don't outsource anything. We have in-house writers because that's how we maintain the quality control. I've found, for better or worse, that outsourcing content, you get inconsistent quality. Sometimes there's inconsistent grammar issues. Sometimes the information is not consistent. The overall quality and ability to rank within search engines is not consistent as well. And Darren, hello, good morning to you. So if you have the capacity to write articles yourself, I would recommend doing that. Or if you're looking to hire an SEO agency like us, make sure that that agency has in-house writers and is not outsourcing the work so that you can get a better, higher quality product and better web content, I should put it. I hope that answers your question, Ant Farm. I'll introduce myself here while we have a couple viewers, just in case anybody doesn't know a little bit about my story. My name is Austin Armstrong. I've been doing digital marketing for about 16 years. Actually started back when I was 14 years old on MySpace platform, and I just kind of have never stopped. I've been doing it ever since. Social media marketing. Worked my way up from an unpaid intern at a marketing agency to eventually starting my own digital marketing, full service digital marketing agency 2 years ago this month. This month, May, we are celebrating our 2-year anniversary, which has been very exciting. I have managed entire teams as well as manage our own team here. We're a very fast growing agency. Many thanks to TikTok, who has helped us grow exponentially faster. But it's just been a wild ride. So I've been doing SEO professionally for about 8 years across many different industries and many different websites, growing websites completely from the ground up, and it's been a blast. So here we are today, and this is a regular weekly live stream that I'm doing with Mayar every Wednesday at about 6 p.m., sometimes 6:30. It depends on the day, 6 or 6:30 for sure. We're going to be doing website audits, answering all of your SEO, digital marketing, social media questions, because frankly, we love talking about this stuff. We love nerding out about this stuff, and we want to empower you guys to know exactly how to rank higher on Google and on these social media platforms so that you can change your life and you can grow your business and you can inspire other people, and you don't have to worry about the stressful aspect of all this stuff. So Darren asks, I'm not much of a writer. How do we get better at this? I have a great quick little answer here, and then I'll open it up to you, Mayar, too. The best way that I would recommend is look at top ranking pages. Whatever your industry is or whatever your website is about, look, type in some of the keywords that you want to increase your rankings for, type them into Google, click on the first couple results, and look how they've written the content. Look how they have it broken down into individual paragraphs. What complementary information do they have? Is it bullet pointed in certain sections? Look at how they're communicating the information. Is it more of an educational, higher grade level of writing, or is it more conversational tone and easier to understand? By really studying other people's websites, you're going to find out what works as far as what's ranking in that industry. And it's going to help you become a better writer as well. You can kind of use that as a base template and then, build upon it and write it a little bit differently from your own unique voice. Mayar, do you have any other tips or advice on that?
Yeah, just a couple quick ones. One, just make sure you're the subject matter expert in your field, meaning that, okay, you talk about a certain type of widget, or certain type of item or service. You have to look at your competitors and actually put in a little bit more information, what we call 10xing it. And that's really just going down into the nitty gritty of deeper subtopics. We have a client of ours that I'm currently developing their content strategy for. First thing we did was look at their competitors, and a lot of them have a lot of great content on there, but there's always room to grow, and there's opportunities to find new pages to build out, sub pages to build out to help enhance their foundation and to then make them the subject matter expert within Google's eyes, as well as anyone searching for their services. And the added bonus is that you end up ranking for more keyword terms that you wouldn't even have thought about.
Absolutely. Well said. I mean, that's one of that in and of itself is such an underutilized resource. Like, your main goal might be to rank for one target keyword, but if you're creating a really quality article that's the end all be all resource for that keyword and what the searcher's intent is, that article is going to rank not just for that one keyword, but so many other comparable, related keyword terms. That's really how results stack on top of each other. So absolutely. And hi, Gareth from London, by the way. That's awesome. And if anybody's just joining us here on TikTok, my SEO account manager, Mayar, and myself are live on YouTube. We're doing website audits completely for free. So if you want us to audit your website, provide you with some helpful tips and feedback, or if you have any sort of SEO or digital marketing questions, click the YouTube link in my bio, or just go over to YouTube and type in Socialty Pro. Come on over, hang out with us, and ask any sort of questions that you have. We're here to empower you, and we're going to be on here for maybe about 40 minutes or so longer. Mayar, do you want to just kind of pick a website to get started while people are coming on?
Sure. Let's just let's look at bargainplumbingheating.com. It's a plumber out in, I believe, New York. I just kind of randomly picked the plumber. So I'm kind of excited.
Heating in New York. Okay, cool. Let me pull it up.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Bargain.com.
Yeah. Bargainplumbingheating.com. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Just looking at them right now. I love looking at home service websites and optimizing them for local. It's one of my favorite passions when it comes to doing SEO, because there's so much opportunity for them to have.
Very cool. Fakia says hello. I'm sorry if I butchered that name, but hello.
Hey,
right,
how are you?
let me share my screen here. Chrome tab. Okay. Okay, is this live? Can you see this? I think everybody can see this. All right, cool. So we got bargain, plumbing, and heating. Expertise you can trust. We are available for plumbing solutions. I'm just looking at the hero section here. We're on call promptly. So the first thing that I notice is there's no location that immediately showing here. I assume they're not nationwide. They might be, but
no, I think they're just in New York.
New York, right? Plumber, New York, and it looks like they're because I found them on Google, and it looked like let me do this plumber. Yeah, so their SEO title definitely works for SEO. So plumber, New York, bargain plumbing and heating professional services. You know, maybe that could be worked in a little bit better, right? Like they have plumber, New York right on there, and then their meta description: bargain plumbing and heating provides expert commercial and residential plumbing services throughout New York. And then they have New York again in there later. What are some of the things that that you noticed on here initially, Mayar?
Yeah, so there's just diving into some technical aspects. There's 6 different H1 header tags, as well as several H2, H3s, H4s. So the only issue I have is having multiple H1 tags. So while it may cause issues for accessibility, if someone is needs an ADA compliance website, having multiple H1 tags is actually kind of like a deterrent. Recently, John Mueller from Google said H1 tags aren't as relevant as they were before, but I don't always trust what Google has to say, because they're not in the business to helping us out. They're actually in the business to push the advertising services.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, another thing, just looking at some CRO aspects, at the very top of the site, the navigation, the phone number, the 646 area code is very small, hard to read, especially if your target audience are homeowners. You know, the demographic is going to be at least 45 and up, around that age. So trying to find a phone number right away is going to be tough. Even in the navigation where it says call 646-595, that should actually be a lot more prominent within the header, but that bottom at the footer of that page, that actually looked pretty decent. Down.
Yeah, well said. So somewhere in this header section here, I would definitely have call to action buttons, not just in the menu up here, and not just in this top header menu as well, but like right underneath the value statement here in this header section, or even just down here in the we're on call 24/7 to react promptly to your plumbing emergencies. There's no easy way to just contact through there. And then even down here on this looks great, but the number's not clickable. And the contact us page just takes them to that contact us page, so which creates an additional step. We want to reduce the amount of steps that it takes the customer to contact you, and make it as absolutely easy as possible. And again, down here in the footer, this is just an oversight. This number here is not clickable like it is in the menu item. The email is, but this phone number should be clickable as well. That looks like an oversight.
Yeah, good catch. Good catch.
I do like that they have their these individual landing pages created for all of these services. So like, let's take a look at some of these. Residential plumbing. This is just a good, so they're definitely using an agency. But I think there's a lot that could be improved here, right? Residential plumbing, like this could be, you know, residential plumbing in New York. And it looks like they have that in the title, but that's not where my eyes immediately go to. And there's no call to action up here again, right? This is just a blog.
Yeah, this page layout is probably one of the worst I've seen. Yeah. One, there's not even enough content. The images are kind of weak. I mean, it looks like this guy's at a flower shop at the very top.
Yeah, right.
It's hard to see his uniform, and it's. Yeah. I think he's just standing in front of a bunch of mirrors in a bathroom. It's a bathroom. That's what it is.
Yeah. And these are really simple. Like these pages could be built out a lot more. Like here's their bargain, you know, toilet plumbing page. There's like, you know, 300 words on this page, if that. You know, these really should be 1,000-word plus pillar articles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is their top-down menu. They've taken the time to build all of these out. Maybe they're in the process of actively building all this out, and they just wanted to get the pages up a while. But this is really just kind of half-assing it.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of room for improvement.
Yeah.
For sure. So we do have one question.
Sure. Let me stop sharing my screen here. Come back over. Cool. Okay. Here, let's put this up on the screen. And if anybody's just jumping in from TikTok, by the way, join us on YouTube. We're answering all of your SEO and digital marketing questions to help you empower you in online. Okay. Sorry for interrupting, but I have a question, which I mostly get asked by my clients. How much time is it going to take to rank after auditing and resolving all those issues, and how to convince them on it? There's no easy answer to that because it's going to vary depending on the industry, how competitive it is, how competitive that individual search term is, you know, what changes that you made, the authority of the website, the page authority of that individual page as well. If there's any negative signals, like if the website has a lot of spammy links from maybe an old agency, or the owner, you know, paid Fiverr for 1,000 backlinks and they're like terrible links, and now your website is seen as very spammy, which happens sometimes. We got to do cleanup sometimes, right? There's a lot of variables here, and I don't mean to beat around the bush. That's just the reality of how this stuff works. So, you know, a good time frame is really 6 to 12 months to see meaningful changes in the SEO space. And how you convince your clients to put up with that is, like, you know, they are the expert in their space, right? They didn't acquire this knowledge immediately. It took time for them to become an expert. It's a great analogy for your website ranking on Google. You have to tell Google that your website is an authority in this particular space and in this particular industry. And it takes time of building all these websites and building the foundations of your knowledge, your house, your brain, essentially, as the website. And that's just simply what it takes, you know, taking time, consistently updating the website, doing best practices, creating high authority content, high authority backlinks that are relevant coming in. So you're building all of these signals, and you're training and teaching Google that your website is an authority in this space. Now, not every page is going to take that long. Sometimes pages will take a couple weeks or a month to rank. That's more so an anomaly than the norm. But that's just my experience. It really depends on how Google views that page that you're creating and how competitive that individual space is. Mayor, do you have anything that you want to add in there?
Yeah. Also, additionally, you do have to look at the foundations of your website. Understanding the architecture is one of my favorite things to do. Looking at the navigation, how is that navigation going to make sense for a search engine when it crawls your website? Can it reach the important pages right away? How many clicks from the nav to those important pages does it take for not just Google, but your users? And that also helps for your indexability score, or how you index on Google search results page. That plays a huge part in it. Also, markups such as schema markups that provides additional metadata to Google, which translates to, in a way, helping with additional rankings. It's just additional ranking factors that I've seen personally help either with conversions or with just boosting your rankings as well on Google's search results page.
Great question there. Thank you for asking that. And if anybody's just jumping in, ask us your questions. Let us know what website that you want us to audit, whether it's your own or somebody else's website. We're happy to provide that for you. Go through this. We're going to be doing this every single week. Hello, TikTok audience. If anybody's watching right now, come on over to our YouTube channel. You can click the link in my bio. We're just typing Socialty Pro. We're answering all of your SEO and digital marketing questions, doing website audits, and just empowering you guys to be better digital marketers and better understand how to rank online and grow a meaningful audience so that you can grow your business as well. Mayar, do you want to go back to this website, or is there another one that you have pulled up, or should we look at a different industry?
Yeah, let's look at a different industry. Is there any industries our audience wants us to take a look at by any chance?
Yeah, that's a great question too. Yeah. And you are welcome, Fakia. Again, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing your name. But yeah, we got a couple watchers here on YouTube. Leave a comment with what industry. Okay, home and decor. Thank you, Sumit. All right, so let's do a quick search for home and decor and see what websites we get. And let me let's do this. Let's do this. I'm going to share my screen, my whole screen, and we're going to see how we kind of do this research together. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so I typed in home and decor, which gets approximately 12,100 searches per month. That's pretty cool. I'm going to scroll past the big budget websites. Like, I'm not going to look at flooranddecor.com. I'm not going to look at Forbes.com, At Home. I'm not going to look at Facebook. But here's one. Vintage Home South in Durham, North Carolina. That's by me. And the reason that this is coming up, my cat's freaking out over there. The reason why that's coming up is because Google is sending me a local search result because it's trying to assess what the searcher intent of me is. So I'm going to go over to this website here. Already just on Google, this is pretty good. So it has the location in there. I would maybe customize this to Durham, North Carolina, for instance, or, aside from just having their company name here, what they do, which we can see here in the meta description: vintage and vintage inspired furniture and home decor in Durham, North Carolina. We promise to charm you with our collection. Like, that's a great meta description, but that's not where my eyes immediately go to. They go to this headline here. But let's go to the website a while. And this is it looks nice. So let's see here. This looks the whole thing is one image. Okay, so this is one image that's clickable rather than just this button. So that means that this is not going to be their header tag on this page. Also, just a quick tip and advice on my end. Don't use difficult to read font on your website. It's not a good user experience. I can barely read this. Something's going on with their font. I hate this. I really it looks like a worn out menu. But anyway, let's see what their headers here. Okay, so they have their title set and their meta description set. They have 2 H1 tags. Let's see what those H1 tags are. Okay, so it's their Vintage Home South. So this is an opportunity to work in a potential keyword here as well. So Vintage Home South, home decor in Durham, North Carolina, for instance. Shop the dining room set.
Let's see.
What's new? So they do have plenty of call to actions on the page. Doesn't look like there's a whole, let me see how often they mention Durham on this page. They do mention Durham a couple times. It's in the footer, it's in their about section. I do like this about section in our story. I think a lot of businesses don't highlight who they are. And I think this humanizes the brand, so to speak. So it adds a little bit of a story. You know, everybody loves dogs, right? These are dog owners, they're local business owners. If you're in the Durham area and you come across their website, you go in, you're probably going to see those smiling faces at their store. Maybe the dog hangs out there sometimes too. And now you've established a little bit of a relationship with them upon first viewing because you looked at the website, you saw this cute picture of their, family on there. And it just kind of humanizes the brand. That's a little, phrase that I like to say. Reviews are good. Social proof. I mean, what do you think, Mayor? It's not bad. I think the font selection is bad.
Yeah, the font selection is pretty bad. Not only that, some of the font is too small. I think it's on the home page where it says furniture, home decor, and design, that section with the couple and the dog. That font might be hard to read for their target audience if it's maybe 45 and older, the Gen X or the boomers. I do like the reviews, as you mentioned. That's always nice to have. What's interesting though is too, at the very top left, it says design services. I don't know if you see that in the header section.
No, where?
No, it's like off to the left in the header section on their site.
No, I don't see that.
That's weird. Yeah, it should be where you're scrolling your mouse. It's odd.
Or something?
Yeah.
No, there's not. Oh, that's weird. Okay. No, I don't see anything.
Vintage Home South, right? That's where we're at. Interesting. But yeah, that caught my eye. What's interesting is that they offer one-on-one or 1 hour in-home design consultation, which is pretty cool.
That's cool. Yeah, custom service.
Yeah. Other than that, their site seems to be pretty on point. They do have a lot of images per product. I like the share image features that they have, the share buttons where it goes on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest. Pinterest is probably huge for this particular industry, as it would be for anything related to home decor. It would be also nice to have some kind of, the only thing I would say that they could add are product reviews per product, as opposed to know who's bought and what people have to say about their products. That would also help with their SEO significantly, with the schema markups and the additional fresh content provided by users.
Yeah, this looks like it was built on Shopify. This is kind of an out of the box template for most of their websites, and it doesn't look like they have any sort of blog or anything like that, which, if you're sort of e-com, you don't necessarily need it, but there are search terms that people are looking for, and it is a potential opportunity to increase your traffic and then drive them to some of the products that you offer.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, they do have some interesting products as well to take a look at.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Stop sharing here. And okay, we got some more questions here. Andre asks, what's the best way to show a client how many more views, clicks they could get if they used your service? Oh, that's, I don't know if there is anything that specifically projects data. I mean, one way that you could do this is by using a tool like Ahrefs on a competitor a competitor's website that has already done this, and you could show them like, this website has built out all of these pages. Here's how much website traffic they're getting. If we do the same thing for you, it could be comparable to this. That's probably the best and only way that I would recommend doing that, because it's basically impossible to predict how many clicks that you're going to get on Google before the work is actually done. There's keyword research within Ahref shows you not only the search volume on particular keywords, but the estimated amount of clicks for those keywords as well, which is a very cool setting within Ahrefs as well. So not only can you see, how many people are searching for it, but you can see an average amount of how many people are clicking on articles when they make that search. So that's something else that you could present them as well. Mayard, any other thoughts on your end? I got to let my cat out here, so I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. For me, it's case studies. Case studies always speak in volumes when it comes to showcasing, what they can get when they use your service or any service, because it really it says where you were before, and then use the service, and then this is where you are after. In some cases, we've taken clients from 50 phone calls a month to 350 just by using our services long term. And long term, we're not talking about 6 or 12 months. I'm talking about 3 years. We took their organic phone calls from 50 calls a month to 350 calls organically, and that is very profound, especially when most businesses don't expect anything like that from their SEO results. So that is something we do, and that's because of the SEO strategies we implement for our clients.
Yeah, and again, it just takes time. SEO is an investment. It's not an overnight solution. It's not advertising. You don't just turn it on and all of a sudden it works. You're creating really high authority resources based on what your customers are searching for, providing them with a resource and providing them with a really easy call to action that they can reach out to you. And by applying these same strategies over and over and over again, sticking with it, you crush your competitors over time, because you're putting in the work that they are not willing to do, or they don't have the strategies to effectively do it. So yeah, well said, Mayar. And by the way, if anybody is interested, we are a full service digital marketing agency. We're happy to help you take your website, take your business to the next level, whether that starts with a simple website audit that we can provide for you, or you're convinced and you want us to do the work for you. You can click the links in the description of this video, and you can get in touch with us on there as well. And we would be happy to chat with you and see how we can help grow your business online. A couple other questions here. Love all this stuff. Here's a good one from Darren. What WordPress plugins do you use, not just for SEO? Oh, there's so many. So many good plugins. So obviously for SEO, there's Yoast. I also really like Rank Math right now as well. I've been sort of A/B testing them for different client websites that we're working with. I kind of like Rank Math a little bit more right now, if I'm being honest, just because of all the how they present the data and the suggestions that they make to apply the best practices to your articles. But Yoast is really tried and true. It's very effective. Some other plugins I like are Smush is a great one. So Smush is a bulk image compressor. Really, it's a multifunctional plugin to speed your website up. So you can lazy load images. They have a built-in CDN, which is a content delivery network that you can pay for. And they have this bulk image smusher. So what that does is basically it'll bulk compress the images on your website. And you even have control over how lossy or lossless the compression is. Because if you're aggressively compressing the image, there's also going to be quality of the image is going to lessen as well, but you can kind of prevent that a lot. And it's just going to speed your website up, which is a positive ranking factor as well. Oh my goodness, there's so many others. I mean, I really like easy table of contents. If you're not using a website builder that has a table of contents in it, like if you're using Elementor, they already have a table of contents widget that you can put in the article. But if you're not and you're using something more custom built, you can use a WordPress plugin like Easy Table of Contents, which will just, index a table of contents that makes for a great user experience at the top of the website. And you can choose which sections that it links to. So you can select, your H1, 2, and 3 tags. So it'll, outline all of the sections that fit within the main header, and then all of the sub paragraphs within the H2 tags, and then the subcategories within the H3 tags, if you want. That's another great plugin. I mean, those are the first ones that come to my mind. Any from you, Mayar?
Yeah. So, some things that help when you want to do some cleanup on your site is redirecting old URLs or broken URLs.
Yeah.
Finding a good redirection plugin makes that job 10 times easier. I've run across some interesting plugins, but for the most part, I've just stuck within the SEO realm. Everything else touches base within more like web development. You already talked about Smush, where we optimize images. That's a great plugin, not just for SEO, but for the user experience as well, which translates back to SEO, which is key. If you do have an online business or an online website, that's always important. Yeah, off the top of my head, it's always anything that's going to help me manage those plugins too. I think there's one called 10 Web that I like to use, where if you have multiple websites and you don't want to keep track of going into each site and updating those plugins, it kind of has like an all-in-one area or dashboard where you can just go in and click into each of those websites and then just press one simple button and it automatically updates all those plugins. The only caveat to that is the fact that if you do update certain plugins, it may break the website. So that's an issue, but you always have to make sure to back up your site. And that's another thing that 10 Web does really well, is you can back up your site as well as optimize it for site speed too. So definitely has some cool tricks to that.
That's cool. I personally haven't used that one, so I'll have to check that out. I was just looking at one of our websites back here to look at what plugins that we have, and Google Sitekit is another fantastic one. So like if you're just getting started on your website, and maybe you don't have Google Analytics or Google Search Console set up, on their own, it can be a little tricky if you're not the most tech savvy person to like go into your DNS records and on your domain and add that TXT record to connect it to Google Search Console. Same thing with Google Analytics. Sitekit just basically automatically connects them, which is super easy to do. So if you're just starting on WordPress, Google Sitekit is a very easy way to set up your Google Search Console and Google Analytics as well. That was another one. What was the name of the search work again? I'm not, Andre, I'm not sure what that question is. The name of the search work? Search word? I'm not sure what that question is. Suman suggests, okay, so we'll do another audit here on simply-home.com. Take a look at this one. And this looks like, this looks pretty good here. So I'm going to share my screen. Do this one.
Yeah, I definitely I like this site a lot. At the very top, they're automatically engaging you with a discount code, unlock 10% off with a student discount. So it seems to cater to college students, which is great. And above that blue is there's a 40% off sale, which is great, plus free shipping. I just wonder what their return policy is like. So that would be my only question, but I do love it. I love the layer, the layout, the color scheme is really great. Love the blue. And I definitely love their heading, reinvent your space this spring shop sale. So that's really captivating. I really want to go in and see what sale items they have.
Furniture, office spaces. Yeah, spring's newest arrivals, reinventing your space this spring. Yeah, I really like that. Let's see from an SEO perspective. This is definitely a well-built website. So they're okay. Simply Home shop contemporary mid-century industrial furniture. I think that's great. This meta description here is way too long. It needs to literally be cut in half. 315 characters. Google will only display up to 140 characters in Google search results. So 315 is completely unnecessary and will not be displayed anywhere. But with that being said, the first 140 characters are really good here. Stylish, on-trend furniture, that's probably a keyword right there. On-trend furniture, right? Bath variety or vanities that you can afford at up to 50% off. So there's an immediate call to action and value proposition within their meta description.
Nice.
In the first line. Very powerful.
Definitely.
Just to digress here a little bit. It's not just about ranking on Google. It's about getting them to click onto your page, because that click-through rate, this was an experiment done by, who's the guy that founded Moz?
Rand Fishkin.
Rand Fishkin. Rand Fishkin. Rand Fishkin did an experiment on this a couple of years ago that click-through rate on that article will actually impact your ranking results for better or for worse over time. So if you're getting a very high click-through rate on a keyword term that you're ranking for, and that click-through rate on your page is higher than the competitors that are above you, over time, that's how you're going to increase your rankings. Same thing that if you do rank, if Google gives you that opportunity and says, okay, this is a well-optimized page for the search term, but then nobody's clicking on it, it's going to dip down in rankings over time. And how you can increase that click-through rate is by, optimizing the title and the meta description to engage that click. Have in your mind what the searcher's intent is and cater to that. It's not just about the article catering to that person, but in having intriguing elements like this that you can afford at up to 50%, targeting the individual, bath vanities that you can afford at 50% off. That's great. Plus free shipping. So this first line alone is creating some absolute no-brainer reasons why I would click this. Stylish and on-trend furniture, plus bath vanities that I can afford it up to 50% off, and there's free shipping. All right, let me see what they have in their inventory.
Right. Yep, exactly.
And this is very well done here. They have one H1 tag, 115 H2 tags. There's a lot going on this homepage. Oops. But yeah, this website's definitely driving a lot of traffic for sure. They have a pretty good domain authority.
Yeah, I love it. And what I like about the product, so if you look up Avalon Coffee Table Storage Ottoman, that's the one product I'm on right now. I really enjoy, I personally love ottomans. What I like too, it tells me exactly how many are in stock. And I rarely ever see that on e-commerce sites. So that's always interesting. And they offer not just free shipping, but interest-free payment plans of $71 with Sezzle. So that's really cool that they can do that on this particular e-commerce site. This one was actually created by an agency, an e-commerce based agency. So they know what they're doing here. So this is phenomenal.
Yeah, there's a lot of great stuff here. Just looking, I just clicked on a random product here, a chair. But yeah, so in stock, only 11 remaining. That ties into FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. Really well put together product descriptions here. as well. And then this download section here is super cool. Assembly instructions, specifications, care instructions, warranty. These are all downloads that you can easily access. If you lose your assembly instructions or the box doesn't come with it or something like that, you can just look at this product on the website and boom, pull up how to assemble this thing or how to care for it. That's such an awesome extra touch that I never see. And look, they have a blog here too. Let's look at what they're doing on their blog. If you're in this space at all, this is a fantastic case study website to kind of go after.
Yeah, and their blog layout, super refreshing, very clean, very minimalistic. I love it.
Yeah, like this, this could be text-wise expanded on. It's a little shorter of an article, but still, it's talking about trending things, right? 4 furniture pieces to create a trendy home office. And they have this, and let's see if they're linking.
They link to the products too from the images.
They're not clickable on my end.
Interesting.
But they do have this down here. So that is one area that, maybe it's just broken on my browser or something like that. But in each section, each of these images definitely should link to the product that they're showing. And they do have this section down at this closing call to action, visit our home office collection. Or, go back to our blog section. But this is great. So unfortunately, I have to cut this short because I have a consulting call in 15 minutes. So let's see if there's any final questions here that we can quickly answer. What's the name of the search keyword engine? You mentioned something, but I meant search keyword engine.
Ahref.
Oh, ahrefs.com. Yeah. So it's here. Let me hide it. Oh, there's Darren. Keep going. It's with me. All right. Darren's who I'm doing the consulting call with.
Okay. Cool.
So I'm going to put this on the screen here. Andre, this is the website that I had mentioned for anybody that's interested. Darren, why don't we go until the top of the hour, and then I'll bounce over and we'll connect and we'll jump on that call. Okay, can you guys share 4 to 5? Because we can do this all day, right? It's already been 45 minutes that we're on here, and I feel like we haven't even gotten started yet.
Yeah, kind of just warming up.
I know, we're just getting started warming up here.
So there is one site request, commercial cleaning, OK City with Seth Von Horn.
Okay,
yeah,
let's do that one. Yeah, Seth, we'll do your website here. One sec. Let's see.
Yeah, let me put it into, I'm going to put it on. So what I'm going to do, Seth, is I'm going to run it into Screaming Frog, see if there's any outstanding technical issues going on with it, whether there's any 404s or any heading issues or title issues. And that's one of the tools we love using here at Socialty Pro is Screaming Frog. It's a great piece of software that gives us a bird's eye view of what goes on from the technical aspects of a website. Good news is I have ran into 044 issues on the site, so that's always great to see. One thing I would recommend is probably so the actual brand is Spick and Span, which is cool. It's hard to see the LLC name, which I believe says Commercial Cleaning LLC, which is okay. The font, though, in the gray header is really difficult to read.
Yeah, I'd agree. Just have a universal font. These fancy fonts, they might look good to you, but from a user experience, you have to cater to every single person. So this is going to be difficult to read for some people.
Yeah, the title tags. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say from here. Let me see here. Okay, so there's a couple issues here for sure. We'll dive into that. This is nice, right? This is a clear value statement. Save time with reliable and affordable cleaning that's tailored to your professional needs. However, there's no location in here. This is the first thing that people, are driven to. It's a nice background image. I would, put in here, servicing the OKC area, for instance. Make it really clear what you do, who you help, where you help immediately. And then you have your nice call to action here. I think this is great. I would just, within this have the location as well. And then from the heading perspective and SEO title, this is the first thing. I don't know if you can see my this widget on screen or not, but the SEO title, okay, yeah, commercial cleaning OKC. That's great. We also want to include your brand name in there as well, spick and span. So it's not just, just commercial cleaning OKC. We want to showcase that you're a brand, maybe add a little value statement in there as well, if you can work it in. And then there's no meta description set at all. So what's going to happen is it's just going to grab the first random text on your homepage that it can. Just like we were saying with the last website that we were looking at, you want to use this as an opportunity to enhance what your SEO title is and really earn that click. So, you could work in something like this value statement here, save time with reliable and affordable cleaning services or professional cleaning services in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. I would put that as your meta description or something along the lines of that, and then maybe even a call to action in the meta description, like call now for a free quote or something like that, or limited time 50% off or something like that, just to kind of, even if it's not limited time, right, just to earn that click a little bit. Those are some things.
Another issue I see is a lot of the headline, like the big bold text on the in front of the white space, that's all header tags where it says we offer. If you scroll down a little bit, that right there, that's an H2 tag.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this should just be a paragraph, and then maybe above it you could just have like we offer janitorial services as the H2 tag, and then below it all of this could be paragraph text, and you just add servicing for all sizes of business. Start it like that. You don't want this giant, paragraph as an entire H2 tag.
Yeah, some of the things they are doing right, since this is one of Seth's competitors, some of the things that they are doing right, though, is they do have a lot of content on the site within the location or the service pages. Yeah. I'm looking at, man, navigation is kind of terrible once you jump in. Say, for example, we jump into their janitorial services. It's funny because the URL changes to cleaning services. So that's confusing in itself, even though they are related. I would have expected it to say janitorial services as opposed to cleaning services in the URL.
I would also,
what I do like,
So I was just going to say, these are all sections within this one website or one web page. I would turn these into individual landing pages. So like carpet cleaning goes into this little widget here. I mean, for the time being, you could just take all of this text and create a new landing page and eventually fill it all out.
Yeah, I think what's going on, Seth, is that they just have a lot of unique content, which is helping them rank higher. Not only that, they have a lot of good interlinking going on, which is going to definitely help you or is helping them rank higher on Google if they are outranking you. That's one thing that I've noticed as well.
And they are using an SEO agency powered by the SEO Answer. That's interesting.
Yeah. Terrible name. See, sanitize. Yeah, they just have a lot of great content on here, Seth. So that's what the main driver is for why they're ranking so well. I wonder what how they're doing on Google My Business, spick and span. Span. Okay.
Personal preference here too. Like, you have proud partners on here, and that's awesome. I would maybe add some reviews on here, or some actual, because like this is a stock photo. There's no real photos of what you guys are doing on this homepage. So I would, and it looks like not the other ones as well, like, construction cleanup. Let me see. Unless this is you guys, or it might be a stock. These look real. Okay, so these look, yeah, spick and span. These are real. So you have real images. Put some of these on the homepage so that people and businesses can envision the work that you do for them.
Definitely hire a photographer if you have to.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good, Seth, that you're outranking them on Google My Business. Let's see. Oh, very.
Oh, it's a competitor. I see. So Seth, yeah, they're a good. There's a lot that could be improved, and there's a lot that you can do to crush them. So a lot of what we just went over, you can leverage to really crush them online. I'm going to wrap up here so that I can focus and do this call with Darren. But thanks everybody for jumping in today. If anybody wants a consulting call with me or Mayar, or you'd like to hire us, or you want to just see what we're all about and you want to schedule a free call, click the link in the description of this video. Set up a call with us. We'd be happy to chat with you, see how we can help, and see how we can help you grow your business online. And if anybody's a do-it-yourself type of person, I just launched a brand new SEO course to really take you from knowing absolutely nothing to being able to develop a really comprehensive SEO content strategy so that you can crush your competitors and rank higher on search engines, not just Google, but other search engines as well. So that video course, you can click the link in the description. It's 32 individual video lessons. You also get access to our private Facebook community that there's some people in here. Here, Darren, I'm going to put your comment up on the screen. Darren is a member of the private Facebook community. He's signed up for the course. I have a consulting call with Darren later. He's investing in himself, he's taking action, and we're going to help him absolutely dominate his competitors online. So I'm excited to talk with you in about 5 minutes here, Darren.
Great job, Darren.
Yeah, great job, Darren. But yeah, if anybody's interested in signing up for the course and joining us, there's also a 22-page downloadable Google My Business Secrets ebook that Mayar wrote and put together. So it really takes you from just having a Google My Business page to mastering that and making sure that you can rank in the local map pack and rank higher in there as well. And there's tons of other great stuff. So if you're interested, click the link in the description of this video. Thank you everybody for tuning in today. This was awesome. We're almost at an hour here, and it feels like we've only been live for a minute, as Mayar and I both can talk about this stuff constantly. So we're going to be doing this every single week, approximately the same time, Wednesdays at 6 or 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And bring your questions, get ready, let us know on this YouTube video if you're watching it afterwards what we can help you out with. And yeah, Andre, time flies. It felt like just a couple minutes. It sure did. I'm just getting ramped up here. So so awesome. You guys have primed me for my call with Darren. So Darren, you're getting full energy, Austin. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. And I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you, Mayar.
Always. See you guys next week. Take care, everybody.
And thank you, TikTok.